today I'm going to teach you how to overcome the think about it objection. There's 2 ways that I overcome this objection. One of the ways I overcome the objection, especially for face-to-face agents, you can use this for virtual as well, is making them either apply for the coverage or decline it, right? So I'm going to share with you on the back of the lead form, after I collect the financial inventory, all the health questions, the finance questions, I run the quotes. Before I show them the quotes, I make the clients agree to this process before I actually show them the options, before I explain it to them. Once they agree to this, it eliminates the think about it objection, right? So what I usually tell people is like, Mary, my job is real simple. My job is to find out if you qualify or do not qualify for insurance. If you qualify, I'm going to show you 3 different options. All these options are individualized to you and your family. My clients before you, my clients after you will not have the same insurance options as you do, because insurance is based on health and finance, right? So let's say you like one of these options. I always X the biggest one on the left, right? At that point, you can either apply for coverage or you can decline coverage. If you decline the coverage, I have you initial my notes. I'm in and out of your hair within like the next 6 to 7 minutes, and we're gravy. But if you apply for the coverage, the insurance company is going to have to check 3 different databases. They're going to check your prescriptions. They're going to check your they're going to check your medical information bureau. And the last thing they're going to check is your motor vehicle report for any reckless drivings or DUIs, because as you can imagine, Mary, if you have one of those 2 things, it's probably tougher for them to insure you because you're more high risk. Does that make sense? It does. Awesome. Well, if they approve you, Mary, at that point, you have 30 days to make your final decision. Now, during your 30 days, you can do many things. Let's say I got you too little of coverage. We just started with something small and affordable, and you slept on it and thought about it, and you want to increase the coverage, you can definitely do that. You can increase within the first 30 days with the insurance company not asking you any questions. Let's say I did too good of a job and I got you to buy too much insurance, more than you can actually afford. You slept on it, prayed about it, and you're like, hey, Steve, I need to lower the coverage. You can do that as well, okay? Or you can replace the option with something else. I say replace, I don't say cancel, I don't say rescind, right? Because if you say cancel, they're all gonna start canceling on you, right? So I go, or you can replace the policy within the first 30 days as well, okay? So my job, Bob and Mary, is real simple. It's to find out today if you're gonna apply for the coverage or decline it. That's it. And I'm like, why am I here again, Bob and Mary? And they're like, to apply or decline. I'm like, good. As long as they know that, I'll show them the options. Now, when I show them the options, option 1 does this, option 2 does this, option 3 does this, right? And let's say, Bob, I go, hey, Bob, my closing line's always been, hey, Bob, out of the 3 options that I showed you, which one do you like best? Bob goes, I like the middle one. I'm like, perfect. I need you to grab your driver's license. We can start the application. And let's say Bob goes, Steve, well, you know what? Although I like that one, I don't make decisions on the first day. I'm gonna need to think about it with my wife, blah, 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 blah. I go, Bob, you remember when I did this? And I go grab the lead card on the back of the lead card. You remember when I talked about this? Why am I here today? Because my job is to figure out if you're going to, what again? To apply or decline for coverage, right? So like, think about it as not one of those, right? And he goes, well, you know, Steve, we're not gonna apply for the coverage then. I'm like, cool, then you can decline, right? And he's like, but I don't want to decline. Well, then you gotta apply, right? And he goes, well, I don't want to do that either. And I'm like, Bob, they only pay me to come out once. I see 14 families a day. They don't have me come out a second time. You either have to apply for coverage or decline it. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm not your spouse, significant other, or your son. Something happened to you, I don't get anything. So like, they just have me coming out here to bring the information out to you. So do you want to apply for the coverage or decline it, right? Now, some people go, hey, that's too pushy for me. And here's what I can tell you, and I've looked at the numbers. 70% of the people that we made, or of all the people that we made, apply or decline for the coverage, only 30% of the clients have canceled it, right? So if you look at those numbers, you go, wow, 30%. I'm like, that's the same numbers as the clients that buy on their own. See, with our business, 25 to 30% of our clients will fall off within the first year no matter what. So many times when I made them make this decision, a lot of people said, I'm so glad you made me make the decision at the end of the appointment, right? They're like, I'm so glad you pushed me to make a decision because I've been putting this off for way too long, right? So apply, decline, I make them make a decision right then and there. One of the other things I'll share with you guys that I do, this is like my last straw. So like if I go back and forth with them a few times with them needing to think about it, this is my last chance that I throw at them, okay?
So I draw purposely like a kid, stick figures. I draw a person, I draw a house, and then I draw a car, right? And I go, all right, Bob, this is your family, this is your house, this is your car. Out of those three options, which one is the most important to you? My family, of course. And in between your house and your car, which is more important? My house. Got it. So that means your car is last. Correct, Bob? Yes. Now, Bob, if I pulled out your bank statement right now and I looked at the amount of money you spend on insurance, you spend more money on car insurance. And then the second insurance that you spend the most money on is your homeowner's insurance. And the biggest priority for you, which is your family, you spend $0 for your insurance. Your priorities are backwards, dude. Let's get that fixed today, right? That's my last straw. If they say, no, I'm good, I pack my stuff, I leave. It's that simple for me, right? So that's one of the ways that I overcome the think about it objection. The second way we overcome the think about it objections, I go, hey, Bob and Mary, I totally understand you want to think about it. Do you need 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 weeks, right? And the reason why I ask that is because in life insurance, we have 30 days for them to make their final decision, right? The free look period. So whether they choose 2 to 3 weeks or days, it still falls within the 30 days, right? So, hey, Bob, Mary, do you need 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 weeks? They go 2 to 3 days. I go, perfect. Life insurance company is going to have to approve you first, so we have to submit the application. But once they approve you, you got 30 days to make your final decision. I need a driver's license to get your application started. Let's proceed. Those are the two ways that I overcome the let's think about it objection. And I need to think about it objection, I guess you can say. Let me know how that helps. I'll see you at the top.